Reflections on Lesson 30. God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. I could change that line to say, love is in everything I see because love is in my mind. This lesson is about choosing to see with what the Course calls real vision, which is what I see in my God mind. One day I had a surprising vision of a peacock that showed up during my God time, and it said, now you see with vision. And I knew what that meant. It meant that I was beginning to see with my spiritual eye, to see with the Holy Spirit's eyes instead of the ego's eyes. I'm beginning to see the world with higher eyes, and peacocks are kind of my thing now. They're reminders of what's available for me to see when I make a higher choice. More and more, I'm projecting onto the world what I see in my God mind instead of projecting what I see in my ego mind. Instead of projecting my pain and frustration and my shame and my guilt out there, I'm projecting light and love, and I don't care if that sounds cliche. I know that I am extending the vibration of love that's in my mind. This lesson is helping me have a new understanding of projection and a new understanding of vision. And the two go hand in hand. Vision and projection work together to show me a different world. The lesson talks about joining with what I see rather than keeping it apart from me, so that what I see is oneness instead of separation. I'm not separate from Randy. I'm not separate from God. I'm not separate from anything. But I only know that in my God mind. Oneness is a God experience. That's not what I'm used to experiencing, but I'm finding out that that's exactly what can happen when I choose to see with vision. So the question is, what do I want to see? Because that's what I will see. Going back to that list that I made of contrasting perceptions. This is back from a few lessons ago. I could title that list Contrasting Vision, because I see two very different worlds coming from two different states of mind. There's the mind of love and the mind of fear. And I'm choosing between the two in every moment. That's what happened yesterday when I chose to see with the mind of love. I was able to see God in the garbage bucket. That's what I wrote about in Lesson 29, which was God is in everything I see. That one thought changed everything for me, even the way I saw the garbage. And today's lesson points out that this kind of vision, this real vision, is not limited to what I see with the physical eye, in my physical space. It's not limited to the material world. I can close my eyes and say, God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. And I can apply that idea to anything. I closed my eyes this morning in my practice period, wondering what might come to mind, who might come to mind, that I could see differently. And it took just a minute of being still for my mind to land on me. And it occurred to me that when I see myself differently, I see everything differently. Because my mind is the source of what I see. I saw myself standing in front of an old-time movie projector. And I knew that light coming from that projector was God, the big light, the source of light. And I was as see-through as cellophane. So the light was shining right through me onto the world. I love that. It was so cool. What a gift to see that and know that that's all I need to do. Allow the light to come through. And then I saw the image of someone else standing in front of me, so that the light was shining through me, through them, and then onto countless others. And it kind of it instantly came right back to me, if that makes any sense. It's hard to describe it, but it was a picture of that oneness thing again. It was showing me that what I give is what I get. That giving and receiving are one. I just really like where these lessons can take me. And that imagery this morning was a really nice surprise. Maybe there will come a day when I'm not surprised by Spirit, but I kind of hope not, because I like surprises. And I didn't have a new song that came through for this lesson, so I'm just going to do the song for lesson 29 again. Remembering that God is in everything I see, because God is in my mind. God is in everything I see. God is in everything I see. God is in everything I see. God is in me. God's in the ground beneath my feet. God's in the food I have to eat. God's in this drum I have to beat. God is in me. God's in this song I have to sing. God's in the message that I bring. God's in this thing I have to be. God is in me.